When you're playing Chopin's Nouvelle Etude No. 3 in D-flat with small hands, there are a couple of places that are particularly tricky, and I want to show you some changes that I found that can help, as well as some strategies for playing it in general that I hope you'll find helpful. Those staccato marks in the lower part of the right hand are what Chopin is really trying to show us. The way you play a legato line with two voices in one hand is by letting go of one of the voices. You can pretend the lower voice is 16ths, but the 16th rests. You're going to want to experiment with 3, 4, and 5 for the melody notes. You're going to be opening and closing the hand, and a really supple, flexible hand is key. You can also change fingers on one note. You won't necessarily use the trick of changing fingers on one note all the time, but it's helpful to have in your back pocket once in a while. The main thing is that you want to move from comfortable hand position to comfortable hand position. And some of those positions may be strange. One position that's helpful to think about is something I call the one-eared llama. The one-eared llama is a hand position that might seem sort of strange, but can actually be really, really useful and helpful. So if you imagine that your hand and your arm are a llama, here's two-eared llama, hello, with this being the body, and this being the neck, and this being the head, ears, nose, mouth. The distance between the ear and the nose is actually really far, and if you let your hand close, it can help you find the shape that you need. So just to really show you the difference between what's possible with a flat hand stretching and what's possible with a one-eared llama, this is about as far as I can stretch my fourth finger and fifth finger apart. And it doesn't feel great, and it's not that far. So if I take this distance, and then I turn my other hand into a one-eared llama, look at how much farther I can reach between 5 and 4. And of course, it's true in both hands. So the one-eared llama reminds us that we are three-dimensional creatures, and that we're going to sometimes need strange hand positions that are not just your typical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 position, but that you can find the comfortable position that will let you get to where you need to go. For example, if I try to play this main melody at the beginning with a flat hand, it feels pretty awkward and strained with a small hand. But if I let my hand close into the possibility of llama, it lets my hand be much more supple, and it makes it much easier to play. In measure 42, if you can't reach the ninth, you can roll that ninth, or you can move the A flat up to a G flat, so you just get rid of that A flat for a moment. Then you can swap notes with the right hand and left hand in beat 2. So the right hand thumb plays from an E flat to a G flat, and the left hand second note changes from a G flat to an E flat. Measures 49 and 52 and 58 and 59 have a couple of different solutions for small hands. One is to take the low right hand notes with the left hand, including a roll so the high F can stay. And that accents the inner voice in an interesting way. Another solution is to let go of the high F. Either way, the left hand can roll the chord, and the right hand can roll the ninth with the left hand. If you roll the right-hand ninths in measure 61 and 62, go ahead and time those rolls with the left hand. At the end, if the ninth in measure 72 is a stretch, you can either roll it, or you can bring that G flat up an octave, so the right hand is in closed position. Then you can either open the octave in measure 73, or you could even change the thumb in the last chord to an A flat. So connect those melody notes and let those lower right-hand notes go when you need to, and enjoy the Nouvelle Etude number 3. Let me know if you have any questions, and good luck.